Hello, here is a video I'm entitling Reasons Why You Should Be a Vegetarian, and there is a good reason for this title. It's because I'm going to be talking about vegetarianism and why it is good. Now, usually in videos like this you'll see a lot of percentages and figures and facts, things like 45% of meat eaters die of cancer within 3 days, that kind of stuff. But this is going to be a real video with real reasons that you can relate to. So, reason number 1. Karma! A lot of people don't believe in karma or think that it's just a Hindu thing, but there are natural laws. There's a general justice system that usually gets fulfilled in some way. If you hit something, there's pain. If you do something good, it usually comes back to you. And karma's like an extension of that on a spiritual level. There's the natural laws and then there's the spiritual laws. And karma is a spiritual law. So, eating meat is quite devastating to your karma. Now, a lot of people will just think that's not a real reason. But it is. Because it's an explanation. It basically explains why a lot of meat eaters are depressed, and a lot of human traits like depression, cruelty, and hostility come from eating meat. On a biological level, the chemicals from basically when you kill an animal, it releases certain chemicals and adrenaline in the brain, which migrate throughout the body and eventually end up in the food that you eat. So, when you induce fear into the animals when they're killed, that fear eventually becomes part of the food. So you're basically eating fear and eating depression and eating anxiety, and that's what you get really if you eat meat. Oh, the camera's gone a bit weird, sorry. The general confusion that an animal feels when you kill it is passed on into the meat, because what you're eating is the corpse of a scared animal. I mean, a lot of people say that human society as a whole is paying karmically for having slaughterhouses. As long as there are slaughterhouses, there will be wars, because the people killed in wars are kind of mirroring the people killed in wars are kind of mirroring the animals killed in slaughterhouses. It's got to be equal due to the laws of karma. So if you kill a lot of animals, a lot of humans will keep on getting killed. It's a bit of a way out theory, I know that much, but go with me on it, okay? It's true. You might as well just give it a try. Hey, it's healthier! Fact: vegetarians are fitter than meat eaters. A vegetarian diet improves your stamina, concentration, and your sense of well-being. This is all true. When I gave it up, I felt much better, generally. I had a clear conscience. I could sleep at night and not think, oh, I've killed something today. So, on that level it's good, but also the fact that it's healthier because animals are given tranquilizers, antibiotics, like they're packed full of, I think it's like 2,000 different types of drugs they can be pumped with, and basically you're eating that. If you're eating an animal, you're eating that, and there's no laws saying that the food has to declare that on the label. It can just be part of the process of making the corpse, making the animal into a dead animal. So it's not part of the food, so they don't declare it. But the fact is, they've been pumped full of these drugs, and you're eating the byproduct of that. Also, when was the last time you saw an obese vegetarian? In fact, when was the last time you saw a vegetarian? Probably never. There's not many of us, but they're good people. Eating meat is not natural. Okay, if you look at the human teeth, if you look at my human teeth, you'll see that they're not sharp like a carnivore. So really that would suggest that we're not supposed to eat meat, because my teeth are meant for grinding food, whereas a carnivore's teeth are pointy, so they just pierce the food and then swallow it, whereas the flat teeth are meant for kind of grinding vegetables and then swallowing. So if that's what we've got, that physically that says you should be eating things like fruit and things that don't involve nutrition. Now, often meat eaters will say, you can't be vegetarian because you're not getting enough protein. Well, Mr. Meat Eater, I've got news for you. Protein can be found in dairy products, grains, beans and nuts. So, really, if you can find protein in those things, there's no point in killing things to get protein. And I've got a fact here, I'm going to read this fact out. Cheese, peanuts, lentils, those three things contain more protein per ounce than a hamburger, pork or steak. So, in fact, on the protein scale, we actually beat you. So, we actually beat you, meat eaters. So, I'm going to go and relax because my protein's fine. Your mental health! The two biggest causes of stress and anxiety are meat and alcohol. Some people say that it's things like public speaking and moving house, but those people probably eat meat. One of the main causes of anxiety is eating meat because you get so much adrenaline from it. You're packing your veins with the dead body of an animal. That's not healthy. That's not good for your health, and it's not good for your, your subconscious. If your subconscious knows that you're doing that, you're not going to be fulfilled spiritually or in any way. It's not going to do you any good. So, for your own mental health, it's quite good to give it up as well. It's quite good to give up. Just give it up. Go on. Do it. Do it now. If slaughterhouses had glass walls, we'd all be vegetarian. That is a famous quote by Linda McCartney, and it's one of my favourite quotes actually, because it just says it all really. The only reason anyone eats meat is because they're ignorant of where it comes from. So stop ignoring things, things are important. So just think about what you're doing. You should think about what you're doing anyway, just whatever you do, but especially with what you put in your body, just think about it. Where is it coming from? It's coming from these houses where things are slaughtered. I know it just sounds stupid putting it like that, but just think about it. Slaughterhouse. Things are being slaughtered in a big building, and it's actually the most disgusting thing you can think of, and it's being done on a daily basis. So, yeah, just think about stuff really. Some things in life are just fundamentally wrong. Yeah, so on the moral side of things, it's definitely worth considering giving up meat. I don't get Christians who eat meat because the Bible says, "Thou shalt not kill." And when Jesus said that, people say, "Oh, he just meant humans." But the word for killing humans is murder. And if he wanted to just say humans, he would have said murder. But the fact he said kill probably means don't kill anything. Don't even kill like an ant, because that's just wrong. Why would you do that? So morally, it's definitely the right thing to do. So if I was a cannibal and someone came up to me and said, "Right, listen, Ben, you better stop eating them humans because it's not right. It's not good it's not a nice thing to do," I'd at least consider it because it's wrong. Thank you for listening to me preach. I don't mean to sound all preachy. A lot of people say that there's no point giving up because one person can't make a difference, and I'm not going to patronise you by saying that every little helps. But what I will say is that if you stop eating meat, you will no longer be contributing to the suffering of animals, and that's just a good thing to do. If you know in yourself that you're not contributing to it, then surely that's something. I always use an example, if I saw a 4-year-old girl being beaten up by 10 7-foot men, I couldn't physically help her and I couldn't save her because 10 7-foot men would kick my ass. But I wouldn't join in either. And it's the same with eating meat. If you can see all these animals being killed, you can't stop it, but you don't have to join in. You can live another way, and you won't die if you stop eating meat. You'll live actually a healthier life than you are now. So you have every reason to do it, and I hope that you do. So please do. Do it for the sake of society, for your own well-being, and tomorrow you could have a clear conscience. That's what I'm saying. Tomorrow you could have a clear conscience. You could actually you'll feel amazing, trust me. And the best thing about being a vegetarian, of course, is that you can make videos like this and pretend you're better than everyone. Thanks for listening. Sorry if I sound very arrogant and preachy, but I don't mean to be. Just trying to be nice. Thanks.